We're at the Beyond Banking Conference at GIBS in Johannesburg, and joining me now is Peter Attard Montalto, Managing Director at Intellidex. And you just wrapped up your discussion on grid collapse in South Africa and its impact on financial services. A really fascinating discussion, and I think it set a lot of the records straight in terms of a bit of the scariness that we experienced in the beginning of the year when it hotted up. Maybe you can just explain or just give a little bit of detail into what you presented.
Sure. So I think what we've tried to lay out and what we've been talking about with banks quite a lot is the complexity of blackout, in the sense that this is not a single type of event. There are many different outcomes, certainly, that we can get. There are many different scenarios of length of time, how that impacts the economy. And then it's the same in terms of probability, and we need to weight those different scenarios with different probabilities and take a realistic view, given how, in particular, the grid operator can avoid blackout. And I think going into the sort of key period around sort of May, or so April, May, there was a misunderstanding on the probabilities. People had too low then too high probability. That's mediated back somewhat. People maybe over-egged some of the worst outcomes, assuming you have no electricity for 3 weeks, which isn't really what would happen. And also perhaps misunderstanding or not understanding enough the mitigation that banks themselves can do in this framework, which is again hugely complex, given different outcomes, given their role in managing behaviours. Yeah, I think as you split things out and think about outcomes, probability, and the mitigating action, I think one can start to get a slightly clearer view.
Yeah, I think you did a brilliant way of doing that, and yeah, the conference definitely benefited from that. And thanks so much for giving your insights and for joining us at GIBS today.
Thank you.
Cheers.